good evening, everyone, and welcome to a live new episode of He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. I'm your host, Alvin King. Welcome to our cold Friday, January the 17th, 2025 episode. It is cold outside, baby. I don't know where you all live, but if you're anywhere on the East Coast, up north, it is cold and it's getting colder. And we're even expecting more snow this weekend in Washington, D.C. on Sunday. And believe me, that's not the only event that's happening here in Washington, D.C. this weekend. But welcome to our live show, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday once again to you. About our show tonight, in our segment of We See You, we are having a special candid conversation with motivational speaker, author, and talk show host of the Michael Finkley Show, none other than the man himself. Michael Finkley is here, ladies and gentlemen. I have been following this man on social media and watching his show, and it really feels good to see someone who has a platform like you and you're able to celebrate them because of what they're doing and who they are and how they're coming across to the community. And I'm so glad that Michael is here with us tonight. Cannot wait to catch up with him. Like I said, there is a lot going on in DC this weekend. So tomorrow, Saturday the 18th, is the People's March. And I was in an Uber today, and the Uber driver said, "What is the People's March?" And I said, "It's when the people march." And he started laughing. And I said, "No," I said, "they're marching. There's a lot of people from a very diverse group of people who are marching because, in my opinion, they're not happy with the new administration that's coming into office. And so they're making their voices heard. And this is how they are making their voices heard. They are marching, and they're going to be all about DC is practically shut down downtown. And also another event that's happening, of course, it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday, the 20th. That is a day where a lot of people are being asked to, do a service, make a commitment and put yourself out there, help someone. I don't care what it is, whether it be a food bank or a shelter. If there's something that you can do in that area, they're asking everyone to do that. And it is also the presidential inauguration on Monday, and they have moved the inauguration off the street to inside the Capitol. Now, I don't know where 20,000 plus people are going to go. They all can't go into the Capitol Arena, but it looked like a mess to me is happening. And so, but the presidential inauguration is happening on Monday. It's going to be cold, wrap up, and, take care of yourselves because it's going to be a lot going on down there. And this weekend, I'm a Commanders fan, ladies and gentlemen. The Commanders made it to the playoffs. And I mean, my boy, Jaden Daniels, the rookie quarterback for the Commanders, has been doing his thing this year. I'm so proud of my home team because they are heading to the divisional round for the first time since 2006 against the Detroit Lions, who have the number one seed in the NFC, for those of you all who follow football. I know where I'm going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock, probably with the, what do you call it, checking my blood pressure, because those Commanders, they just take you to the end and you just don't know what to do. But I'm going to be right here supporting my team. Yes, I am. Hello, Sean. Hello, George. Hello, Kendall. Hello, Monica. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We are so glad that you all are here. In case you all didn't hear, our special guest tonight is Michael Finkley from the Michael Finkley Show. I know you all can't wait to see him if you all are just tuning in. But before we bring Michael on, I can't do what I do without these two guys. So if you all are ready, let's get into the chat. Sean and Bobby.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Happy Friday to you guys. How you
Thank
doing?
you. Happy Friday to you as well.
Happy Friday to
Hey,
everyone.
Sean.
Look at Sean. Yeah, Sean's in the
Yeah,
chat.
Alvin.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Bobby.
Sean is in the chat. It felt so good to bring both of you on at the same time. But
Yeah.
but those of you all who didn't tune in last week, Sean made his debut to the He Said panel, and we're so glad that he brings that beautiful smile to our set to
Hey,
join us with our
Sean.
beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Have
There's
you
a
all
lot
had
of toothage going on here.
Oh, we all have that.
okay, see. Yeah, we do. Okay.
I'll see you, Bobby.
Hey.
Have you all seriously had a great week? Like I said, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on this weekend. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Oh, wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, since you all are here, this week we had an event, ladies and gentlemen, and we want to take a moment to bring you all into it. This week was Bobby's birthday, ladies and
Hold up.
gentlemen.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Thank you,
Oh,
my
my
brother. Thank
goodness.
you so very much. Thank you. It was a beautiful day. Thank you.
I saw you out in those streets getting gifts and people taking you out and you doing you were just doing it this week.
Hey, it was a wonderful day. I had to work. I did go to work. A lot of people thought I was going to take the day off. I did go to work. It was Wednesday, actually on January 15th, which is also Martin Luther King Jr.'s actual birthday. So it's always been a great honor for me to share his actual birthday. So yeah, but thank you. Thank you both. Thank you both.
Well, to my surprise,
21.
I had eight other people whose birthday is on the 15th.
Wow.
And yeah, 8 other people. My
Thanks,
best
Monica.
girlfriend, Stephanie, if she's watching tonight, her birthday was also the 15th. And so
Oh, that's right. Mark's wife, Stephanie.
Mark's wife, Stephanie, yes, her birthday, yeah. So, yeah, you had a special day. So did you do anything this week, Bobby, or what happened?
Well, I started the weekend before, but the celebration started the weekend before, and my friends are taking me out to dinner tomorrow night. So while you're watching the football game, I'm going to be having dinner with some friends. But what I did last weekend was something that I really, really encourage. If this comes to your city, your town, do it. It was Club Quarantine Live with D Nice here at the Kennedy Center. And all I can say is, at a time when there's so much that challenges us, there was such a good, feel-good energy in there. I took this picture. Yes, I was in the back, but I was in the house. And in fact, it was really good to be in the back in this case, because as you can see, D Nice is up on the stage, and this is the concert hall at the Kennedy Center. So it's all seats and so forth. But when your songs come up, you get up and you dance and so forth. And so because we were back, I didn't have that, that anxiety about getting up and standing in somebody's way. Like it was just it was a feel good celebration. D Nice said it's a celebration of life and a celebration of love. So look around you, say hello to the people that are around you, because those are your party people. And it was actually true. It was a really, really, really good feeling. So if D Nice with Club Quarantine Live comes to your town, your city, go and be there. It's a feel good time. And I was kind of twinning with my friend. This is my friend Ronnie. She and I have been friends since junior high school. I swear to you, we did not plan that. When she came up the escalator, we fell out because we were
Come on.
I swear to you.
Come on.
You look great.
Wait a minute. You didn't talk about this?
No, it was hilarious.
That is very, very close. But I am so glad. I'm so glad you had a good time. D Nice, I've seen him once and been in the midst of all that. So you are absolutely correct. It is a feel good. That was the best. That's the best word.
He just carries gratitude with him, and he loves that music unites us. And and you were seeing people of all races, the background when the song came on. And he has live recording artists come out and perform. Tweet was there. Tank was there.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Tank was there. Did I say Tank was there? Oh.
You can say it again.
Tank was there.
And I'm sure. You know what? It got hot with clip.
Tank was there.
Well, it is getting very, very hot in here. And
That's Nelly's song.
it is, but I also want you to give me an invite the next time these people show up because I want to be there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
All
you,
right.
thank you,
Okay.
thank you,
All
thank
right.
you.
But
But-
thank you guys. Yeah.
And happy birthday again, Bobby.
Thank you. Thank you.
And speaking of hot, and nice, we all know about the devastating fires in California, but a lot of attention has been given to the celebrities whose homes have burned down. But people forget that there's a historic Black community that also lost a great deal. But there's some good news in all of this. So in this historic Black community called Altadena, the families have put together some things and they are determined to survive. And I want to read to you all a quote from one of the families that I think sums up what is going on over there right now, despite the fires. This one quote from a family member says or reads, African Americans have survived 400 years of enslavement. We have survived mass incarceration. We have survived losing our loved ones to HIV. We have survived crack being planted in our communities. She said, even though this wildfire was devastating and Black-owned businesses burn and homes burn and people burn, we will persevere. Okay, so I thought that quote was just the perfect quote to sum up the positivity that people are having within themselves to keep going. And there's other good news that's coming out of California, particularly out of the Eatonville fires, if you will, and Altadena. The LA officials, the legislators over there, they are introducing legislation proposals to help families who have lost their homes. And one family in particular received $135,000 from a nonprofit called the Global Empowerment Mission. So people are coming together. They are, despite it being hot but it's in some good things. Let's just be positive about what this could do for this historic community over in California. I think that's great news. I think that's really good news.
No, I thank you for sharing that because they're, like you said, yes, the celebrities are, I saw a whole IG post where they talked about the celebrity's name and then their house. They showed a picture of the house that they lost. But there is a historic Black community over there that, as you mentioned, that is not getting any type of
coverage.
media coverage at all. But I can't fathom what the people are going through over there. I can't. To say, wow, I'm sorry, it's like not enough, because I cannot understand what that's like to have a fire come through my street and take out the whole street.
But not just the whole street. We're talking about generations of families, two and three generations. And one family lost 9 homes in Altadena. 9 homes in one family.
And when the community structure is also taken away, like you can't go to the bank. There's no bank.
Right.
There's no post office.
Right.
There are no grocery stores. They're like
not
all
anything.
of it.
Yep. And yet through all of that, they are hopeful. They are determined to rebuild their communities and preserve their culture.
It's a perfect example.
I love it. I love it.
I'm telling you. Yeah, it's very powerful. Very powerful.
I mean, I literally, this fire has made me a lot more grateful because, like I said, January didn't come in with pom-poms this year. The new for me, it didn't come on with, the big band. It didn't come on with all that. And so, I honestly was kind of feeling a little down about some of the things that I was going through. And, compared to this, it makes you wonder, like, Alvin,
perspective.
Put it all in perspective. So thank you for sharing that, Sean. And Bobby, thank you for sharing your party time with us, for those of us who don't go out. Thank you so much.
Wait. I'm sorry. Did you say those of us who don't go out?
I said January didn't come in here with pom-poms.
Okay, I got that. But those of us who don't go out?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I can pull up a picture of Puerto Vallarta in a second.
When the conditions are correct, he'll go out.
That was last year, and we're moving on. Okay, that was last year. But I also wanted to bring something to you guys' attention because I thought it was just totally overkill and people should just leave it alone, but it's the media's fault. This week, all the hoopla has been around President Obama's beautiful wife, Michelle Obama,
Mhm.
not going to the inaugural festivities. And the media, every media from the Hill to NSNBC to CNN to NBC has made this big, this the fact that she's not going, they made this like a huge topic. Think about it. Why would she go? Why would she go after how she has seen this person treat people? Not to mention the media has not said anything about how he treated them when he left office, when they left office, or let's talk about the transition of power. The media is not talking about any of that, but they're making it like, oh, Michelle Obama is not going to the inauguration. What a terrible thing. How can she do that and all that? Michelle, I know in the next couple of weeks, they're going to call you every name that you probably haven't heard in your life. And you've heard some things, Michelle. But I know you know how to let water roll off the duck's back.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
She knows how to do that. But I just think the media just have a way of being so unfair. And I thought this was a moment where I just looked at it and went, so what?
I think that she is being raised as a heroine in other communities because other people, the media may try to spin it any way that they want to. But I know I've spoken to a lot of people who are like, you go, girl, because you didn't get elected to office. Your husband did.
Right.
And had he not been as the president-elect, had he not been as vile and mean and all of those things as he was, not just to other people, but to her family directly.
Right.
When she spoke about the fact that her family experienced death threats,
right,
directly from the things that this man had said about her husband not being eligible to be the president and all of those types of things.
Right.
I'm sure she's like, you know what? I don't have to be there. And
Yes.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I would say, Blue, first of all, welcome to the show, Blue. We appreciate you being here. Blue said that it wasn't big news when 45 didn't go to Biden's inauguration, of course.
And he did not.
And she's not a public official, unlike 45.
Mm-hmm.
And always remember, the media is GOP. I'm beginning to believe that.
Currently.
I'm beginning to really believe that. Well, it's just again, crazy time. But thank you guys for sharing what's going on with you guys in the chat.
Absolutely.
Well,
yes.
As I said, we have a very special guest with us tonight in our We See You segment because we see him. So if you all are ready to bring him on, are you all ready to bring Michael Finkley on to the show?
Yes.
Michael. We're ready to see Michael.
Okay.
We are.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him.
Okay.
Again, in our We See You segment tonight, we have host and executive producer Michael Finkley of the Michael Finkley Show. Michael is a highly influential social media personality with a vast following across multiple platforms. His show resonates with viewers for a multitude of reasons, including his engaging and thought-provoking conversations that cover a diverse array of topics such as politics, entertainment, and social media. Michael is the author of his new book, Biggest Dream Come True. He is also best known for his charismatic ability to connect with people from all walks of life, creating an inclusive and impactful environment for his audience. So tonight, we're welcoming to the He Said stage, Mr. Michael Finkley. Michael! Can you hear us? Oh, he's muted.
You're muted. There you go.
There we go. Technology, right? Here I am.
Okay,
Hey,
now
Michael.
we can't see you. We know.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Where's Michael? There.
Welcome.
Michael, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's so strange being on this side. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, my brother, like I said in the opening, we have to celebrate each other. And like
Amen.
I said, we see you. Okay. Amen. And so to have you come on our platform, with what you're doing, to talk about some of the things that you are doing is a blessing to us. So welcome to the show, Michael. Welcome to the show. I'm going to kick off these questions that we so meticulously put together for you for the show tonight, Michael. So I'm just going to, this is like my icebreaker that I kind of ask everybody. Michael, what is one thing about you that most people don't know but would find surprising?
I am both an introvert and an extrovert. Yes. I love my people. I love being around my people. I love to make them feel good because I love to feel good as well. But then when the day ends, it's time to go home and be quiet.
A man after my heart. Okay. I know how. Believe me, I know how that feels. Okay. All right. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Well, I find it hard that someone from Mullins, South Carolina can be quiet because that's my territory. I'm from Dillon, South Carolina. My grandmother is from Mullins, born and raised.
What?
Yes.
What? That's
yes, sir.
Response we were waiting for. Y'all could be cousins.
So I know you can't be quiet,
So it's in me. Whoa, really? Wow. I get so excited when people know where Mullins is because we're just this little spot, not even on the map.
I know it very, very. I know it. I got family there. I know it very, very well. So, which is why I want to ask you, as someone, yes, cousin, as someone who is inspired by their roots, what is your favorite memory growing up in Mullins?
That is a good question. Going to my grandmother's house, and we would spend. We would spend every.
I'm sorry. Don't say pig feet or chicken bog, but go right ahead.
That's where I was going. Doggone it. Just going to her house and just spending time with her. That was my girl. That was my first girl. Very close to her, and she gave me my family name, which I will not say right now.
We'll get it out of you before the show's over.
Eventually. Let's keep talking. But yeah, just going there, spending time with my grandparents, and I look back on those moments now, especially as an adult. They're not with us anymore, but just remembering those good times. They taught to us so many different things, especially about spirituality. My grandfather was a bishop, and she was first lady right behind him, and it's right behind her. So those moments just sit with me forever. I would not be where I am today without those moments.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's
your
awesome.
radio
That's
show,
great.
I love Mullins. When I first read that, I was like, as a Washingtonian who very much loves DC, I love that your radio show is I Love Mullins. It's such a wonderful nod and tribute to your hometown. So I'm curious as to what motivated you, what was the inspiration to begin the show, and being a native of Mullins, how that really kind of impacts the messaging and the presentation of the show.
Yeah, so it started with my father, and he's still this big person in the community that loves to just see people get together. And so he started it, and when I was in college, actually, and I tell you, my mom was on radio for years on top of years in our hometown of Mullins. And so my mom came on board, and then I came on board, and my sisters came on board. So it became a family thing. And just interviewing persons in the community, just being aware of what's going on with our government, what's going on within our school district. The newest store just opened up, right? So again, just bring these different people on just to form, again, that much more community for everybody.
You were about to go in a place that I was hoping you wasn't going to go, because I like to hear people talking about their mother. Okay. So I know that your mother was a big influence on you, Michael, in shaping your journey. And I'm assuming position you to pursue your career in communications. Take a few minutes and talk to us about how much your mother inspired you.
You will not make me cry. That's what you're not going to do.
Come on with it.
Alvin is our Barbara Walters. Alvin is our Barbara Walters. He's gonna get you. So
yeah.
My mama is, and ... Thank the Lord she's still with us. And when I told her that I was starting the show, she was so excited, and she still gives me tips to this day. Try it this way, say it this way, you know, in that regard. Anything that I do in life, besides the show, besides writing the book, I've been in education for the past 14 years, so I still do that. You know, anything that I do and set out for, she's like, okay, yeah, do it. Okay, let's do it. That means I can go too. You know, so I talk to her every day, multiple times a day. And yeah, that's my girl. I don't know way around it. That's like it was an old sitcom back in the day. That's my mama. That's my mama. That's my mama, you know. Photographs and memories. I maybe sing the song. But yeah, that's my mama. And I love it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alvin.
No, I wanted to take a moment to have you talk about that, because I don't have my mama with me. My mama's not with me. So whenever I read someone's bio or information about them and their mother is present, I just gotta give that mama that credit right there, because give her flowers right now. You know what I mean? So
yes,
I want you to do that. So wherever you are, Mama Finkley, I don't know what your name is, but where you are, Mrs. Mama Finkley, I salute you. So thank you.
Yes, and I'm with Alvin on that one, because my grandmother, if I'm not mistaken, she listened to that radio show quite often, because I think you guys play gospel music, and she would listen, and that was her station for gospel music on the AM, and her favorite song was "Rough Side of the Mountain."
Come on,
okay,
now.
And so, like Alvin said, you know, give your mom your flowers. Now I know how you feel. My grandmother, she's passed away. My mother, thank God, she's young and beautiful, and she's still around. So I do have to ask you though, cousin, if I can say cousin going forward.
What's up?
Alvin, you and I are Washingtonians, but they clearly got that Mullen things going. So
yes, we do.
Come
just gonna let it go. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Look at the nose now. So, but seriously though, what inspired you to pursue a career in communication? I'm sorry. Can you tell us about your experience transitioning from radio to hosting your own show, the Michael Finkley Show?
Yeah, within that, I wanted something of my own that I could bring to the table. And during the pandemic, we're all home, just twiddling our thumbs, trying to find something to do, right? And I said to myself, I don't know how to do the whole podcast thing, but I want this to be I want you to see me. You're going to see all this. And I've been rejected so many times along the way in life, where I was always the darker one, and I was always the bigger one. And many people didn't find me appealing to see that person on any type of screen. And so it took a long time to get over that mentally. And once I fell in love with myself and my being, because listen, my skin is popping always. That's number one. And I ain't got no complaints from how big I am. So listen, that's another story. But I wanted to bring the feel of that old time television that we loved back in the day, but with today's issues and today's conversations. And so the Michael Finkley Show started April 13th, 2020. It started from a place, again, of depression. And I said to myself, maybe I'll talk to somebody. Maybe I'll feel better. Maybe I don't know. And it worked. And I started talking with these different individuals that had incredible stories. It stood from a stance back then of the point of education, because again, I'm educated by trade, and the biggest aspect of first generation high school students transitioning to college and the workforce. So that was a big component back then. But it shifted in something else, where this PR person came to me and they're like, "Hey, we want you to talk about our client's newest show or newest movie or newest whatever." And I'm like, that's not that kind of show. I don't do that. You know, the mullet's coming out. Look, the mullet's coming out. I don't do that.
It's all good.
We talk about other stuff. We're not educating the kids, you know. I know y'all like that. It just changed it to something else. And I had an open heart and open mind, and it felt good to me. And so we entered the world of true entertainment as the aspect of now we get to talk with persons that we've seen on our television screens for years, but now we get the chance to talk with them three-dimensionally. Because sometimes when these persons are on these different daytime talk shows and nighttime shows, they only get a 10-minute spot or a 15-minute spot. But on the Michael Finkley Show, you can talk however we want to, and you get to touch on issues that are important to you. So now persons get to see you in that three-dimensional spot and say, oh my gosh, they're a person just like me. They're working, they're getting their checks, they're paying their bills just like me in that regard. So kind of shifting their mindset a little bit. The viewers that watch, the Fink fam, shout out to the Fink fam that watch the show, and they get to see a different shift in our guests. And so it's been true to us. We've been true to that model since that time frame, and it's been working for us ever since.
Wow.
I love all of it, and you were speaking to my heart. I know this is your time on this show, but I understand all of what you said, especially from the moment you said you were sitting at home during COVID and wondering how can I make a contribution to something I'm passionate about. So thank you for sharing that. That moved me, Michael. Thank you very much.
And I want to say thank you also for being very vulnerable and talking about what inspired you and acknowledging some of the realities of the discriminatory lens of the media and what's acceptable and what isn't acceptable, what is deemed appealing and so forth. You shared very candidly about that, and I want to thank you for that vulnerability. But also the importance of understanding how representation matters, because there are people that of all experiences that need to see and be reflected in this area, and so we appreciate that. But so in sharing that, what inspired you and so forth, and you've kind of shared what the vision was in terms of wanting to help people and share stories and so forth. Can you give us an example of a show that really embodied the vision that you had when you created it?
Okay, I'm not going to cry on that one either. But I'm already going to.
Go ahead. Somebody bring him some tissue. Get some tissue for Michael now.
Tissue for Mr. Finkley. Oh, is there a show that really touched you?
I'm going to name two. The concept of the show, even more so now, is it's always a trending topic for anybody that they want to pursue their dreams, even though they may have already pursued an aspect of it. And I always ask the question, what is your next biggest dream, right? So keep them thinking and keep them motivated along the way. And so each guest gets the same question, and I love each of their answers along the way. And that's what inspired me to write the book. And I know we're going to talk about that later. But two shows that really stood out to me were I had Grammy nominated comedian Lavelle Crawford on. And he said to me, I've never seen him say this on any other outlet ever. He said to me, once I have a few more years in comedy, and once I'm done with comedy, I'm going to open up a church and save souls. I was just so in awe, and I learned so much in that interview from him, his spirituality side of who he is as an individual. Because again, you don't see that side. You see the funny side, right? But again, was that open to say, this is what I want to do outside of comedy. And so it really opened up a door for him as well, to be that vulnerable on the show. And then another person, he's on a lot of Tyler Perry things. Anthony Dalton II, he opened up to us about the time when he lost his mother, and he wanted to end it all. But he literally said that his son saved his life. So he found out that they were pregnant. They had just gotten married. They were pregnant. And before that news, he was going to end it all, literally. Wow. But literally, he says it proudly that his son saved his life. And so when I think about these things, again, just giving them that platform to share, you never know how, again, it's comforting for them, but also the persons that watch, how it's comforting for them, because someone could say in the back of their mind, I'm not going through this by myself, or wow, I didn't know. And I see them in a different light, right, in that regard. And now I pray before each show, and I always say that I want to get something out of this as well. I want to be me too in this conversation, in that regard. And because I want to be better in all aspects of my life as well. So if it's from something from this conversation, allow it to stay with me so I can continue to minister to myself as well.
Amen.
Well, I love that as well, because it sounds like you have learned from other people's challenges and you've used that to overcome your own challenges. And you mentioned earlier some of those challenges, about skin complexion and weight, et cetera, and so forth. And you, like me, I grew up learning the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And sometimes I say and we both know that the bigger berries are sweeter, right?
You gotta go ahead.
Okay, I'm like, where are we going here?
A Newtown villain thing. I don't know. A Newtown.
Well, we know how our families are, but our families are not, sticks and bones. Okay, so and that's who we are. But I've had challenges. Alvin has had challenges. Bobby has had challenges, and we're in our careers. But I'm very curious as to what were some of the biggest challenges you faced while building your career, and how did you overcome them?
Well, I'll say facing and still overcoming. I still consider myself a newbie.
Can you say that again, Michael? I'm sorry to cut you, Mike. Can you say that once again? Say that once again for the folks in the back.
Yeah, still overcoming, right, in that regard. And the other thing I just said,
facing.
I know it was so good. Facing
and overcoming,
because it's a process.
Yeah.
And what I've learned about a process, because people always say, face the process, gotta break through the process, but these processes are personal. And the process of me going through these different things of crying and hearing the no's and all this other kind of good stuff, they're supposed to do something for me. They're supposed to strengthen me. The results at the end of my process of everyone else. So enjoy the results, because when I went through to get to where I needed to be in order for you to enjoy what you see today. So many of those things, of course, include I've heard no so many different times. I thought it was my middle name. And then of course, the aspect of, also we're always going the platform of trying to get sponsorships and, just trying to, it's just the story continues, as you all know, in trying to work through a social media talk show and what that entails. It includes so much time and effort of me saying no to individuals. Like I literally had to say no the other day to one of my cousins. I can't do it today. I have something to do. So yeah, exactly. And I understand. My grandmother used to say all the time, "You'll understand it better by and by, baby." And now I understand it. So even though and even though those processes are hard, they're for our good. And with that, again, something beautiful comes out at the end.
Amen.
Like I say, get up sitting down. God can't use you sitting down.
All right now. Okay.
You know that song, right? I know you know that song. Get up, sitting down.
Somebody gonna be shouting before this show's over. I feel it.
I can feel it.
There's gonna be an altar call right before this thing.
Mullen's in the house, okay?
The doors of the show are open.
Bobby, but before you ask a quick, can you say hello to our guests who came in? I think Michi.
Hey.
And Troy came in. Michi and Troy, thank you all for joining us tonight. We love you.
And Troy was like, black men and their mamas. Hallelujah. Amen. You right.
Hallelujah.
You right, bro.
Thank you all for joining. I'm sorry, Bobby.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I would like to know, you've had the pleasure of interviewing a wide range of folks. So I want to know the ultimate Michael Finkley interview. And I'm going to give you some range, alive or deceased, and why.
That I haven't interviewed yet?
It could be somebody that you already have interviewed, but to give you that option, it could be somebody that is even no longer here. I just want to know the ultimate Michael Finkley interview for you, whether it's somebody you have or somebody that you aspire to interview.
Yes, Oprah.
The O.
It's so cliche. I know it's so cliche, but in a sense, you study who you want to become. And I studied the greats before I started this show. I studied Sarah Jesse Raphael, Oprah Winfrey, Phil Donahue, Montel Williams, Ricky Lake. I studied them. And then even in daytime television today, Tamron Hall and Sherry and Jennifer and Karamo and Kelly. And so studying all of them, and I made it my own. And so now that 8 seasons later, here I am, and I feel like now I'm feeling my first season of just feeling comfortable, because now I feel like I know what I'm doing in a sense, in a sense of where I belong, and the platform, the show, and all that kind of good stuff. I'm like, I'm ready. And when the opportunity comes, because it will come, because my best friend always says, my words are listening. When the opportunity comes, I'm going to be ready, because I stay ready.
I see, and that's why you're on He Said Live, because you were ready, baby. I'm sorry, Michael. See, I got a little comfortable. I thought I was it from Mullins, baby. When I saw you, I said, I gotta have him on the show. So let me take this opportunity to give some recognition to you, Michael. Congratulations on your Grammy nomination in the Best Contemporary Blues Artist category with Antonio Vergara.
Come on,
Michael,
man.
take a moment to share the story behind your collaboration with Antonio for the Fury album.
Another crying moment. When I tell you, when I wanted to give up so many times because I didn't feel that people were getting it, and when I realized that this show was for those persons, I don't care if it's one person watching, this show is for you. So I had to do it for that one person. But I know there's many more. And I never knew that down this yellow brick road of blessings, I would be in this position of saying, now I'm Grammy nominated. So how it happened was earlier last year, he was nominated for a Latin Grammy. And he was doing his thing as an engineer, and he revealed in that interview that, hey, I want to do an album. I'm like, okay. He's like, I did my research and I see that you sing. I'm like, I can hold a note, I can hold a little note. And so he's like, I want you on my album. And I'm like, okay. I don't get excited because I've been promised so many different things, movies and sitcoms and all these different things. And so I'm more of a person where if you say you're going to do something, I need action behind it. And he was a man of his word. He said what I needed to do, because he's all the way in Ecuador. I was ready to get on the plane. I was ready to get on the plane to Ecuador. I was so ready. I'm like, studio time, please. I was ready. But I did everything locally. He sent me everything I needed to do. We were always in conversation. And I lent my background vocals to some of his songs on this amazing album. And didn't know that he was going to apply for the Grammys. Found that later on. I'm like, okay. And then November 8th came around, and when they named all the different persons nominated for the Grammy, and here he is. And I was like, wait, because that person, I hear the news. I went back to him. I'm like, Antonio, listen, what does this mean? Like, what can I literally say, sir? What can I say to the people of God as they're watching this, and they watch me now? And he's like, Finkley, you can say that you are now a Grammy nominated artist.
Wow.
I submitted
That's
your
wonderful.
name.
Congratulations, man. That's great.
Everything is done. The Academy knows who you are. So yeah, you are now a Grammy nominated artist. And so that just in itself opened up so many other doors that I didn't know were there, and doors that even opening it, I'm still looking for them to open as well. And so, yeah, here we are. This little country boy from Mullins.
Yeah.
Oh, country boy from Mullins.
I raise my cup to you. Okay.
Yes. I don't have a cup, but I think it's awesome because it truly shows how prolific you are. Okay,
Absolutely.
and because with the Grammy nomination and the radio show, but there's more. Your book, The Biggest Dream Come True, focuses on pursuing dreams. So, what inspired you to write it, and what is the key takeaway you want readers to have?
Oh my word! So I love this book. I love this book. I love this book. Oh,
Do you love that book? You love that book?
I love this book.
We're gonna put your website up so people can go and order your book. Okay, so go ahead, but tell us, finish your question. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
I sit down sometimes on that couch being there, and I literally cry because I'm just like, God, I need a more massive audience to get this message across that dreams can and still can come true. And so what inspired the book was the song. I wrote the song first for my my show. It's my theme song, Biggest Dream Come True. And so I'm like, you know what? This needs a book. And so, because again, it's always a trending topic. Dreams are always a trending topic. You can turn on any television right now, somebody probably talking about a dream. And so with this, it is basically a step guide to how God, I talk from the perspective of my show. I talk about, the first chapter of the book talks about the vision and making it plain. Without a vision and a foundation, you don't have anything. But so you have to just sit down and just write out your vision. Write it out for you. And so, and then it just builds on. And within this book as well, each chapter, it's an easy read. It really is an easy read. There's only 92 pages in the book. And within each chapter, though, at the end, there are reflective questions. And at the end of the book, there are actually blanks where you can fill in the answers to the questions. So I want people, when they're reading this, I want them to think. I want them to think. I want them to be reflective. So once you're finished with the book, okay, I'm done. Now I know what to do. Now I know what to do. Let's make it happen. Because someone out there is waiting on me to fulfill this dream. Not only me, but someone's waiting on me. So let me get my hind parts in the gear and make this happen. Now is the time for action.
Yes.
So you talked about writing down, talked about reflecting, thinking. For many of us, part of the stumbling block is thinking that our dream is just too big. It's just completely out of our reach. So if there's one piece of advice that you would give someone who feels that way, as many of us do when we talk about our dreams, what would it be?
Yeah, in that reflective mode, I always say, it's also in the book as well, if you call it prayer, if you call it meditating, I call it prayer, ask for that guidance, ask for that voice. Because sometimes, we say that our dreams are big, but in knowing who I am and who I serve, I'm just like, well, he'd be like, no, it's not big enough. God saying it ain't big enough.
Exceedingly and abundantly, I think is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That part. And so when persons are at that mental mode, I always say, pray, meditate, whatever that looks like, it sounds like for you, and ask for that to be a guiding force for you. So you want to help people. How do you want to help people? Right? And what aspect do you want to help them in? Right? What are you good at that people say that you're so good and talented in, and use that, right, to help individuals? So again, it's all about your aspect, not the person beside you, not the person across the street from you. This is all about you and feeling your biggest dream. And I always say this as well: your dream goes along with your purpose. It's a two-way street. Your dream goes along with your purpose. So when you're looking at your purpose in life, look at that dream that's a part of the purpose. Because again, we're also talented with so many different things in life, right? It's just a piece to the puzzle. It's a piece of the puzzle to ultimately find out your greatest purpose of why we're still here. Because again, we wake up on purpose. We don't wake up just to wake up every morning. We wake up on purpose.
Amen. Yeah. Thank you for that. And Alma, thank you for your birthday wishes. Mwah, love you.
So, Michael, are there any personal stories in your book that resonate deeply with you and your journey that you can share with us for a minute?
Yes. I talk about the aspect of no. And I'm like, that didn't give me another book in itself. How I was watching the Sherry show one day, and she had Gayle King on, and she's like, I turned that word around into it's on. And so what
another pearl of wisdom drop there.
It's on. It's on. You said no. You know, I consider that a challenge now. At one point, I didn't. I used to cry, and it used to be a stumbling block as well. Like, oh my gosh, now I just stop for days. I'm like, oh, they said no to me. But I was like, you know what? When you say no, someone else is going to say yes. Someone's going to say yes. Someone's going to see the vision, and someone's going to say yes. Someone's going to say yes. So it motivates me. So that's in the book. That's definitely in the book as well. Of course, with other stories of my venture. But yeah, now in 2025 and beyond, I just see it as, let's go. It's on. Bring it on. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Because at the end of the day, I know that I have to make it. We have to make it happen, and it's going to happen.
I love it. I love it.
You're going to get it. And when you mentioned earlier about how post the Grammy nomination that more doors are starting to open that you didn't even visualize. Okay. So I can imagine that your head is spinning with all kinds of things in terms of, okay, what is next? Okay. So tell us, what is next for your show, and what are you most excited about in terms of your future projects?
Yeah. So it's funny when you attach when my publicist or who's at the time doing my invite to call persons in to be interviewed, when you attach Grammy nominated, it opens up another door. So so we're using it more than ever now than anything. So they'll take advantage of that. So again, it's like those rooms that are now opened for us. So the show is still growing. You will see more of your favorite influential people. I'm excited to say that Sherry Shepherd will be on soon, so I'm really excited.
Wow!
So, come on now.
I'm very excited for that. So that's coming in the future. Like I said, the show is growing. We're here. Season 8 will be here until May. And then we take our hiatus, and then we'll be back in the fall for season 9. But with the show, we're still going to blow your mind. We're going to have more in-person interviews as well. We have cool game segments that we started this season that our reviewers are enjoying as well. Even our guests are enjoying questions, of course, that they've never been asked before. We're still doing that as well. We're still going to these various, outside of that, we're still representing our brand of going to different award shows and, being on the red carpet as well, interviewing your favorite influencers and celebrities. And then also too, we're preparing to go on tour. It's called the Biggest Dream Come True Tour. And our goal is to go to different schools and universities and colleges and businesses and awaken the aspect of dreams still come true. So we have things laid out for that already. We're waiting for a few more persons to give us a call back to finalize some things. So yes, we're on tour. We're going on tour with the book. So we're definitely excited about that.
That's exciting. So you mentioned the book. Are there plans for future publications?
Yes, actually. So this mind never stops. It never stops. So literally, I have this like, shut up and go to sleep. Yes,
you stay woke. You stay woke.
I get it. I gotta stay woke, but sometimes when the body's like, I'm tired, I gotta go. I can't stay woke. 20%.
I'm sorry. When your body says what? I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Is that a Mullins terminology there?
Not for all of us, no.
Tired. I'm tired, y'all.
Shine to bell on me.
I see you, cousin.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes you got to shut it down.
Yes. Future publications will be coming out. And then, of course, the single is out as well, Biggest Dream Come True. Literally on all platforms. They can listen and be encouraged and inspired. And also new music will be coming out this year as well.
Okay, you are not sleeping. You are turd. You
should be turd.
And then even on top of on top of that, I'm in school. I'm a like I said, I've been in education for the past 14 years, and so I'm in many different capacities. And I graduate this summer with my doctorate.
Another thing.
Whoa! See,
Come on
prolific,
now.
very prolific.
Again, you should be turd. Okay, you should be. Hey, look, we're at the end of the stretch, and I have to ask you one more question before we let you go, Michael, because I know our audience wants to hear this. If you could give your younger self, one piece of advice, Michael, what would that be?
One piece.
One piece of advice I would give myself is that believe in yourself. Don't allow people to influence you. The ideas that you have and the thoughts that you have are for you, and they're meant for you to fulfill. So don't allow people to influence you. Believe in yourself.
Thank you. And sing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do it in the chat. Give some clicks up for our special guest, Michael Finkley. Michael, congratulations on everything that you are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, his book, you can go to his website, michaelfinkleyshow.com, and you can order the book, get it, because it will touch you as much as he's touched us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So, Michael, the sky is the limit to you. Thank you for giving us your time tonight, my brother. Thank you so much.
You don't look turd.
Yeah.
It was an easy day, but
well, thank you. Don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you back before we close, but thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm following you, my man. So I'll be seeing you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Finkley.
Thank you, Michael.
Wasn't that an amazing interview, guys?
Amazing interview.
It was great.
Busy. He is busy.
He had no idea how much he touched me, and I'm saying that from our platform and my thought process and not that I necessarily needed validation. I know that I'm doing the right thing, and to hear someone who's walking that path that I feel like I'm walking, that we're walking, and it just felt good to have somebody on the show that we could uplift and together, the brethren.
Yep.
So it just felt good. It felt really good.
And trust me, but he's not lying about Mullins. I mean, I'm telling you, I know exactly where he is from. His family is from. My family are from there as well. And so for someone from Mullins, that part of South Carolina, to do what they're doing and make it happen like the way he's making it happen, it is beyond a dream that most people have in that part of the Carolinas. So give him his props.
Amen.
I props to Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we're going to give you our words of the week this week. Thank you, Bobby, for providing this. They're so appropriate. The right people for your soul hear you differently, show up differently, support you differently, and nourish you differently. That's how you'll know.
Can I get a witness?
Okay, it doesn't come any plainer than that, ladies and gentlemen. So we will look forward to seeing you next week on another live show. And if we could bring Michael back real quick, if he hasn't gone anywhere, we're going to close out the show. And there he is. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to thank Michael Finkley for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you on the next live episode of He Said. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you again, Michael.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody, for the birthday wishes.
Thank you,
y'all.
Hey, Mullins.
Mullins in the house.
Have a